Hello there and welcome to Movie Trailer Rankings, where we take a closer look at the latest movie trailers on the internet. Why? Because we love trailers. Not just because they give us a peek at all the great movies on the horizon, but because they're an art form in and of themselves and they deserve the attention. We want to look at them for style, content, marketing value. And is art a subjective thing? Yes, but that's not going to stop us from giving each trailer a score and seeing where it lands on this week's leaderboards. And if you want to see new content like this on a regular basis, be sure to hit that like, subscribe, and bell button to get notified when new content comes out. Alright, let's get started. Today is December 29th, and we are taking on the latest trailer for The Batman. Check the description below for timestamps if you want to skip around. Otherwise, just watch on through. Here we go.
Bruce Wayne.
Sorry?
I wouldn't be bothering you here, but your people keep telling me you're unavailable. You know, you really could be doing more for this city. Your family has a history of philanthropy, but as far as I can tell, you're not doing anything.
Riddler is asking for you.
The killer left this for the Batman. Why is he writing to you?
You came. I've been trying to reach you.
Riddler's latest. It's all about the Waynes. If we don't stand up, no one will.
You got a lot of cats.
I have a thing about strays. The bat and the cat. It's got a nice ring.
A new friend of yours?
I'm not so sure. I'm just here to unmask the truth about this cesspool we call a city. You're part of this too. Hey, stay still! How am I part of this? Oh, you're really not as smart as I thought you were. Bruce Wayne. All these years, you lied to me, Alfred. We all have our scars, Bruce.
You're still away.
He's involved in this?
No, he's not involved.
How do you know? He's a vigilante!
Who are you under there? What are you hiding?
Selena, don't throw your life away.
Don't worry, honey. I got 9 of them.
It can be cruel, poetic, or blind, but when it's denied, it's through violence you may find.
Justice. The answer's justice.
Come on, vengeance. Let's get into some trouble.
Alright, as we said, we're looking at the Batman trailer. This is the Bat and the Cat version of the trailer, sort of the official trailer number 3. And as we get started here, there's a couple of things that we want to do at Movie Trailer Rankings. We're trying to look more at the trailer than we are at the movie. Obviously, the movie has a lot to do with what you see in the trailer. It's why it exists. But what we want to do is try to separate those two as much as we can. It's not always an easy thing to do, but we're going to try to do that here. And one of the ways that we do that is by identifying what we are calling critical non-factors. And these are things, sort of baggage that comes with the movie, things that you may like or you may not like. But they are things that the trailer is not responsible for. We will not be scoring the trailer based on these things, or at least we're going to try as much as we can to separate them out. So for the Batman trailer, one of the things that we're going to try to separate out are just the dark visuals. This is a very visually dark film. It appears that they filmed it that way intentionally. Obviously, the editors of the trailer have to deal with that. We'll talk about that in a minute. But if we look at the trailer and say, oh, that movie just looks so dark, we're not going to hold that against the editors of the trailer. Also, things like casting decisions. This comes up a lot, but these are things that the trailer editors have no control over. And so just because we may not like, or we may like a particular actor that is in the movie, we're not going to hold that against it. That won't factor into our scoring here. So let's move on to the scores, and we have 5 different categories that we score in. We score in technical, style, music and audio, narrative, and impact. We'll be putting out videos later that go into a lot more detail of this so that we can reference them. I think that'll be helpful for people. But the technical category really is to let people, how well are you able to follow what's going on in the trailer? Just is this a well put together trailer? Is it edited coherently? And I think that this trailer really is. It's very technically sound. There's a lot of things going on. And again, it was dealing with some very dark footage. It would be very easy for us as an audience to get lost, especially in a trailer situation where there's a lot of quick cuts and things, for us to lose track of the characters and what's going on. The editors have done a very good job of making sure we can tell exactly what's going on, even though it is so dark. So high marks there. I think there's also just sort of a nice use of contrasting, at least earlier in the trailer, the action that's happening with Batman in the Gotham City streets, and this dialogue that's sort of overlaid, talking about how Bruce is doing nothing. And so that is really well done to sort of advance the narrative aspects of what's going on in the movie. So we start to get an understanding of who's doing what and who knows what. And I think that score that falls into the narrative category a bit, but I think it is held back just a little bit by a really pretty hard transition into the Riddler storyline that they're trying to reveal in the trailer. But overall, really, really nicely done. I think there's a nice balance of action throughout that keeps our interest up, but it's not overused. You can watch this trailer and know that there's a ton of action in this movie, as it appears to be, but it doesn't come across as just an action-heavy beating you over the head. Some of the other character elements, some of the other story elements are really coming through nicely. I think the music sets the mood pretty well, but doesn't really add anything to draw us into what we might see that's new in this version of the character. Since this is a reboot in a sense, this music to me feels very much like what we've seen from the Nolan trilogy. Not that that's necessarily a bad thing, I just don't think it's doing anything special for the trailer at this point. So, all that said, let's wrap it up. Take a look at the score that we've got, and we're going to give The Batman, The Bat and the Cat trailer a 7.6 out of 10. All right, that's going to do it for us this time. Be sure to leave us some comments below if you think we got it right or wrong, or have some opinions that you'd like us to hear about. Also, let us know if there are some trailers that we've missed that you'd like us to review. We're happy to do that and take a look at those. All right, it's on to the leaderboards. See you next time.